So hello. Today I'd like to take a look at this book, which is it's quite a well. It's not interesting. It's shocking in actual fact. It's a shocking tale of a man who effectively had everything and yet wanted more. And it's a true crime story of a man called Chris Watts. And he well, what happened was he met this very beautiful woman online called Shannon Ruchek. Her name is her maiden name was. She was, I think, married before, and she'd had some grisly, horrible time with some man who was knocking her about and giving her all sorts of horrible bits and pieces to deal with. And then she met this guy on the Facebook, and effectively just assumed that she was coming into a dream world, And she had two little girls with him who were little sweethearts, well, there you go. I don't know where the bits and bobs, but there they are. This is quite a new book, recent. I was motivated to buy it because of a documentary about Shannon. So let's find the photos anyway. So what happened? Well, this bloke, he had two young girls, and as I said, they were absolute sweethearts. And you see, Shannon was on social media all the time, so everything's documented. And Netflix did a documentary about the whole thing. So this guy decides he doesn't want to be married to Shannon anymore, even though she's pregnant with their son, a little boy. They knew because through scans, obviously. And she was well down the line with a pregnancy as well. So Shannon turns up from work late one night. I think she was probably the breadwinner, because Watts was just a sort of a kind of mechanic on some, I don't know what he was doing actually, but I'm not really that interested, to be honest with you. The bloke's a complete piece of dollop, but he was working with some sort of maintenance, he was a janitor or maintenance on some engineering thing, something, I don't know what he was up to. I'm trying to find the photo, sorry. Flicking through, there we go. So anyway, there's Watts when he was a youngster, playing baseball by the look of it. And there's the beautiful Shannon Ruchek. I think that's a Polish name actually. Who was, for all intents and purposes, very, very popular, and she was so hard working that by the age of 25, she'd built that off her own back. And anyway, where am I going with this? Okay, you'll be astonished at this one if you're not already aware of it. There's the happy couple, Shannon and Chris on their engagement, and well, there were seeds to be sown, because that's Shannon's brother. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. Sorry, terrible. Anyway, I can't remember. Sorry, I apologise to your brother Shannon. But there she is with her mother-in-law, Chris's mother, in other words. And they moved to Frederick, Colorado, and they had, as I say, lovely kids. A dream come true, surely, for anyone. I mean, goodness gracious me, wouldn't it be a dream come true? You've got, a wife looking like that, and these two young bairns. Wow, fantastic, awesome. Oh my God. So Shannon's documenting everything on Facebook, as I say, and she had this very famous channel on Facebook that was hugely hit. Hit in the sense of hits by popularity. Possibly because just the way she looked. I mean, she is gorgeous, isn't she? Let's face it. But by any standards, and well, it says there, Shannon radiated beauty and self-confidence, and she did. So what does Chris do? Well, So one night, Shanaan gets back from work late. He's been having an affair with some ugly-looking woman. I think she's horrible. There she is, there, the old bitch. I think she's a really awful-looking woman, although she shouldn't really be included into it. Nicole Kessinger, I think her name was. But, well, she looks like a sort of ronkant version of the Mona Lisa, as far as I'm concerned. And look at her. Ooh, oh dear, oh dear. Close to a tart, I'd say. Sorry, ladies watching, but, you know, not my type of girl, that's a fact. But, so what he does is he tells Shanaan that he's leaving her, and that's it, game over. And Shanaan obviously kicks up a stink. So Chris strangles her to death. And the autopsy report says that she doesn't put up a fight. She willingly gets strangled by Chris because obviously she thinks it's a game or something, and she thinks he wouldn't kill her because surely he must love her somewhat, you know, they've got 2.5 kids together sort of thing. No, he murders her. And then he wraps her in a blanket off the bed, and he sticks her in the back of his big truck with his little daughters who are sitting in the back with the dead mummy on the floor, and they're asking, is mummy all right? And he's going, oh, she's asleep or something, you know. And then the hits just keep on coming. It's hard to explain this without massive emotion. He buries Shanaan in a shallow grave in the middle of the desert where he's working as this sort of dickhead mechanic on these oil rig things, whatever. He's got gas plants or oil something or other. And then he suffocates both his young daughters, one after another. And they did put up a fight. I can't tell you the dialogue, it's too emotional. And then the cocksure little son of a bitch pretends that nothing's happened. They're missing. They've gone missing, haven't they? They're missing. Where are they? I want them back. Whatever's happened to them, I want them back. Anyway, thank God for the Federal Bureau of Investigation, or the CBI. I don't know what that's actually called. The Central Bureau of Investigation, probably, because these clever people eked this little dickhead's mind. Got into him and effectively got a confession out of him what he'd done. And do you know what he did? He stuck his lovely daughters, not even together, but individually, in these silos of oil. What a disgusting man. You piece of fucking shit, is all I can say to him. Why didn't you just get a divorce, mate? Why didn't you just get a divorce? And they could have all been alive. I loathe things like this. Anyway, they recovered Shanaan's body, bless her, and Bella, the daughter's name was, and Celeste were the names, and Nico was obviously the unborn little Ben in Shanaan's tummy, waiting to pop out, sort of thing. And this piece of dung is serving time forever. Thank the Lord. He ain't never coming out. Never get out. Good book by John Glatt. Really good coverage, in actual fact, of the story. It's very harrowing. I mean, why would you do that? And their home, I mean, I've got no full photos of their house, but it was beautiful in Colorado. I think it was anyway in Colorado. But oh my God, why would you do that? Why the heck would you do that? What on earth for? Why wouldn't you just get a divorce? I've lost a wife to cancer, and I can tell you that was very harrowing, to say the least. And I've been divorced, and it's very amicable in the sense it's although she's not so amicable. I'm pretty easygoing. If anyone's watched my channel, they'll know that. But her friends, Shanaan's friends, were more concerned than he was about her missing in action, as it were. Shanaan was just disappeared, and her phone was there, her ring was there, and old Chris, good old clever Chris, he literally must be dumber than I am. He must be dumber than 6 boxes of rocks. he tried to make out, this prick, that Shannon must have just gone with the kids somewhere, you know, and really? Yeah, it was Colorado. There you go, Frederick, Colorado. It is a beautiful home, although they can't sell it, of course, because of what happened there. But how could you do that? How could you do that? How could you kill your beautiful wife and your 2 young children? Well, your beautiful pregnant wife. Oh my God! I wished I'd have had kids. I wished I'd have had that awesomeness to have children. You know, that bore my name. You know, that would have been absolutely wow. Wow, really? Thank you, God. Never had that opportunity. And I think that's what makes me so frustrated about the whole thing. And here he is, you know, this cocksucker is in there. Well, he's in jail now. He ain't never coming out. Stupid little ponce. He's a right old ninny boy nonce as well, I can tell you. Fancies himself all, you know, beefed up and all the rest of it. Anyway, poor Shannon, bless her, Shannon, dear Shannon, and her dad and the mum. On this documentary I watched, as I said, it was a Netflix one. I'll try and leave a link to it below in the comments box below, description, whatever it's called, box below, so you can watch it for yourself if you're interested. I warn you, it's very, very harrowing. It's not something you'd spend hours poring over. Well, I did actually, because I just found it so fascinating in the sense of unbelievable. I dedicated my life to helping people. Yeah, I used to be a paramedic. I used to be in IT, helping people, always helping people. Didn't ever, could not. Wouldn't hurt to fly me. Ah, oh, jeez. And this guy, wow, he's great. He's a mass murderer of his own family as well, which makes it even more bizarre. Anyway, I hope you found this of some interest, and thanks, I suppose, for watching. Maybe you don't like this one. I don't know where I was going with it really, but I got the book last year, something like that. It is a good read, but it's a painful read, put it that way. Well, there you go. Anyway, all the very best to everybody. As always, cheers. Thank you. Bye for now.